to studio. Should be going. There it goes. Refresh. There we go. All right. Okay. Yes, I get it. They want me to check out their fancy. It's telling me I should go live, but I am live. Like, okay. Ugh. No, cancel. There we go. YouTube's like, hey, we've got some new video editing and streaming content we want you to look at. Like, it is. It's going. Don't need that. How do I view it? Really? There we go. Save. Is it live? Come on. I've never had to go through that before. That's so weird. Usually XSplit, like XSplit says we're going, but shrink that down a little bit because we don't really need to see that so much. Okay. Okay. Connect streaming software to go live. I did. It says we're streaming on YouTube. This is frustrating. Yes, I realize that. Why is it forcing me to do this? Like, there's no exit or anything like that. It's like, hey, go live right now. Learn more. I don't need to learn more. It is live. Let me exit. This is hilarious. I'll show you guys. So this is what I'm seeing on my YouTube stream. So in the background here, we are live, but it says, "Hey, welcome to the YouTube content control room. What would you like to do?" Later date. I don't close. Close. Nope. Nope. I can't close this. You have to either click this, which then it starts a whole new stream, which I don't want to do, or later date. Let's click later date. Okay, there we go. I guess you just had to click through it. Whatever. So dumb. So dumb. It's like, can't it just tell that we're live? Let's see here. Save. No. Save. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. No, now I can see chat. Can I pop this out? Let's see. Can I close this and just have chat open? Because that would be sweet. There we go. Okay. Think we're good. Think we're good. All right. So we are working on a wedding video, closing out our 2020 weddings, trying to hustle through this workload before 2021 let's see here. this stuff in here.
Give me 2 seconds.
Don't need any of this audio yet. Don't like that shot. Don't like that shot. The music is loud. I can't hear you so much. The music is loud. Oh, there we go. How about that? Sorry about that. Thought I changed it. Let's edit that down. Check one, check one. There, how's that? That a little bit better? Can you hear me and the... you guys really don't need to hear the music. Like, it's not imperative. Probably wouldn't be a bad thing, but... There we go. Okay, what were we doing here? So we got... That's not going to be in this one. That one I like. We'll chop that down. You hear both. Don't mind that clip, but do not... I don't know. That one we'll see. Let's see here. Got so many establishing shots here. Okay, so here's when she comes out. Let's see. I'm going to move this over here so I can see chat a little bit better. There we go. Alright, so... I've got the audio here from the camera, but I've got a microphone on him, so we'll be kind of dubbing over the audio later on down the line. I just want to get this set up here. So here's when he turns around. So we'll mark this right there. That's a key moment, so we want to make sure it's impactful, right? That's the impact. She's walking up, so we'll probably... I don't care for this shot of his back, but I think we'll probably splice it in here, like when she's kind of walking up, just to kind of give it a little bit of like, hey, this is her view. And then we're gonna have to edit this down anyway, so we'll give it a couple seconds here, like that. Crush that in there. We don't want him talking. Photographer had to move over just a little bit. So let's, before he opens his mouth, we'll just cut that out. That stuff is useless to us. Which one of these do we want? Because she's going to be coming out from the stairs below. So let's see here. Those are his 3 backs. These we don't need just yet. Okay, so let's move these over here. So we've got him standing there, and of course this is like all with him walking out. So this reveals where the first look takes place. This has him walking out. We'll cut this a little short so it's not so shaky. And then have him standing here, go to there, and then we want her coming out. We gotta get... God, there were so many like bugs that day. I really wish she was looking at him the whole time. That's one thing I gotta remind my brides. If they do like this first look thing, do not look at the camera, or because she's in like right here, she looks at the photographer who is standing on my right. Nothing wrong with this, like it's fine, we can edit around it, but to kind of get this nice cohesive shot. And you don't, and this is something you don't want to have to take, do 2 takes for. A first look is a first look. You don't get a second shot at it. See that smile right there. That smile is what you want right there. That is like pure joy. So maybe we can get her eyes, boom, right there. So let's see. We might be able to use some of this before she. Let's kind of get her. Okay. So here, we're not going to be able to use any of this because she's kind of bouncing back and forth between me and the photographer. That's a little shaky, but... So, her looking down, not a bad thing because she's walking up steps. So what if we did this, and then dropped in, what are we thinking? Probably not this one because it's a little far away. Drop in, let's see, this one. Oh god, it's so over. Just a little too much on the exposure. You can bring that down just a little bit. I think we're going to go with that first one because it's kind of a little bit lower where she would be. So we're going to drop that in here. So he's kind of just stepping up. It looks at him just for a brief second. It doesn't have to be very long. Maybe a little bit longer than that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 3 seconds. Okay. Don't look at us. Don't look at us. Okay, so right here. So this is kind of where. So right here, he's got his eyes open. Where is it? Look at that. Look at his lips. It's funny. He gets that deep breath. Okay, so here's his eye. We've got his eyes closed, and I think the next shot we're gonna do has his eyes closed right here, like right before he turns around. I don't really thought this would be a good picture, but it's too shaky. So we'll leave that one out. We don't need that. Don't need that anymore. Well, we might use this, like fluffing her dress a little bit. We probably won't use that because she's not in the shot. It wouldn't make sense because she's already standing here. Let's see. So I think we're... Oh, I wish that was not there. Oh. Is his eyes open or closed? No, his eyes are open. So maybe we cut it beforehand. Okay, so let's get the turnaround first. Let's get the actual reveal. Let's see. So we're not doing those. Okay, so these were good. And usually what I do, if I know a clip, if I'm not going to use a clip, I will delete it. Whether it's shaky, whatever the case may be, something's not right. If there's a chance that I might use the clip, what I do is I will pull, I'll pull the video clip into a layer that is not seen. So like this is my layer 4 is blanked out, so it's not showing. That way I know this is about where it would fall, or in the sequence of things, that's where it would fall. But it's not being used. Still could still possibility. Let's see here. So here's the reveal. Put this up here because we're probably not going to use it. So let's see. All right. Let's bring this back down so we can see full screen what we're working with. So not too in love with that shot. There she's walking up. Let's see how these. So what if we do this? So he's got his eyes closed here. He's kind of like blinking hard. What if we kind of do right here? So we're there. Here's a little bit more of them. She does a little twirl for them. You can see her smile. It's always good to get the bride in there too. I mean, you definitely want the grooms. You want the groom's kind of reaction. Let's see. So I don't like this little side step that I did right there, but that's kind of like their first. So what if we did this? What if we got him there. Just trying it out. We can always go back and actually let's do this before we do this. Let's go ahead and save. Before we make any major edits, go back and save. We're gonna pretend like the first thing that happened is they just go in for the kiss. Now we might have to edit this down. We might have to edit this again a couple different ways. Either we might have to extend it because of the audio, but visually this is kind of like, yep, that's kind of what we want to happen. And let's see here. Let's do this. Let's clear that out. So let's see. Turns around. Oh, man. And there's the kiss. Let's see if we can get him rubbing his lip out of there. Again, this is kind of preliminary. It's kind of like rough cuts. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. Get the spin in there. Okay, we definitely don't want her looking at the camera. Looking at her dress is good. So we want to make sure we're just like that. Alright. Turns around. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So what other kind of... So we've got some still shots of that. So the other thing that we've got here that we can kind of splice in, kind of like what we did with like his back when she walks up the stairs, whatever. Kind of like the B-roll, if you will. So we can't use this, but with this one we might be able to use. So right here. So the shot that I'm thinking about using this in is the shot where he kind of puts his kind of touches his face, and when he puts his hand down, she does the twirl. This is kind of a similar posing, but we get a nice shot of her face and a nice, great big smile, and he kind of puts his hands down, kind of in that same motion. I'm thinking we put that in here and see if we can line it up. So right here, so. Turns around, looks nice and close, goes in for the kiss, and then this next shot right here, because right now, as of right now, we really haven't got much to see of the bride, which is kind of how these things go. Unless you have a second shooter or a second camera, you know, kind of crisscross focusing on both, you kind of have to focus on what you want, focus on your top priority. And in this case, top priority was the groom's reaction. Nothing against the bride. Definitely not. But the reaction of you won't be able to remake the reaction of the groom. So we can take some still images of the bride, or some, you know, second shots of the bride kind of standing and looking into the eyes of her fiance. But so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to open this up a little bit. We don't need the audio portion. There we go. So if we bring this up here, let's just kind of see what this looks like and where we can drop this in. So they go in for the kiss. Let's see. What was after this? Oh, this is where she's kind of reaching for his face. So we want that there. There, see, that's not too bad. Now there's a little bit of continuity issue here because she's got her hands on his waist there, and here they're holding hands. So through the magic of editing, we can zoom in ever so slightly, and boom, voila, she's got her hands on his hips. You don't see it, but what you don't see is she really got they're holding hands. So this kind of goes into one of the things for 2021 that I'm planning on doing. All this is shot on a camera that can shoot 4K. However, I chose to shoot in 1080p because I have two other cameras that shoot in 1080p. I'll be switching that around. My GH5 I will be shooting completely in 4K because what I could do here is zoom in. You know, if I had, like, if you go back, like this shot right here would be in 4K, right? And if I deliver a video in 1080p, because that's the max resolution for my other two cameras, this will be, you know, two times, three times as big as the 1080p shot. So I'll be able to zoom in without losing any type of like resolution, essentially, because I'll be exporting at 1080p, so I can basically frame the shot how I want. Whereas here, I'm going to lose a little bit because I'm zooming in, you know, like 20%, you know, roughly, or not 20%, sorry, 0.20%. So less than a percent of zoom, but still, nevertheless, losing a little bit of resolution there. So let's take a look here. So Kiss puts her arms on his hand. She kind of gives him a smile. He takes a step back. I think he looks at the camera. I love that smile. That's really good. I hope I can use that. So let's see here. When he looks down, he takes a step back. Let's cut there. Go here. See how that looks. So she smiles. He steps back. There we go. She does a spin. So you wouldn't even know that these were two separate clips. Well, you might know. I mean, there's probably some subtle differences that I'm overlooking here. Let's see here. So I like this. Let's see. Can we use any more of this? I don't think so. But I do like her kind of looking up at him and taking that deep breath. So what if we go and cut that off? So she's walking back towards him. So there's a little bit of time lost there because we go from her about 3 to 5 feet away to her like right up on him. So, but I think it should be okay. We don't need her looking off. Oh, there we go. Let's end it there. Alright, so here's the thing. So we've got this sequence set up, right? We don't have any of the audio set up for it. And we don't have it timed to music. So this right here is why editing takes so long, is because you can build a sequence like this, and then it will take, you know, not only did you get this, you have to worry about the sequence, but now we've got to time it to music. So let's see here. Let's do this. Let's unlink these, link these back up, bring all this back together. Link, bring back. Let's link these just for now. We'll end up unlinking them once we get this started, but let's extend our music out. So I've already marked in here on this music track, on this audio track, where there's this nice little crescendo or this nice little change. You can see it doesn't quite line up with where we're trying to get to. Like this right here is the big reveal where he turns around. But this is kind of, you'll hear. Let's see. Let's just listen to it. Never mind the audio. I'm not syncing the audio. I'm trying to get this point and this point to match up. So I'm thinking, so let's just move this just to see what it looks like, because that's not exactly the... So the one thing that we're going to need is him turning around. We need a shot of her between here. We need a shot of her between here and here. Between here and this too. Because, let's see. So maybe, can we go back and pull, where is there anything close up? I don't think there is. Ooh, I forgot about these shots. These are fun. I like this shot. I think this shot's really good. I don't know when we would use it though. It doesn't give any detail of them, but it just shows them, and maybe that's kind of how we go out with it. These are just kind of double takes on that same thing. What I was looking for is a shot of her with her hands at her sides. This could also be a good outro, depending on how smooth it is. I wish it was a little bit smoother. We could run this through the stabilizer and see what this looks like. Sometimes this doesn't. Sometimes this works. Sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. So this will kind of, it'll crop. Basically, what DaVinci does is it'll crop it in and try and keep it steady for you. But it ends up, if you look on the edges, it ends up wobbling. That doesn't look too hateful. That last, that last stuff where I'm like, ooh, because you're going down like this. It's not a steep hill, but it's a hill. So we can always cut that out. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. A little bit of stabilization we could do that makes that work, definitely. So what we could do is we can improvise a little bit here. We've got, let's see here. This clip that we were going to end on was her looking into his eyes, but we could go boop, take that out, and we could end with something like this. We could close that gap with this, but let's do this. Let's still want this audio just in case. Yeah, we still want this audio just in case. We don't want to lose any audio, because with these types of moments, you want to be able to, if there's something that's said that, or something that's, you know, key or paramount, it's good to have that in there. So if we go boop and boop, that way we're not overwriting our audio track there. Okay, here we go. So let's do this. So I'll line up the blue with the red. I don't know why I did that. So right here, right there is where we want to put this shot, I believe. And again, we're still going to get that kind of jumping. Crap. I don't have this set up the way I like it. I really botched this timeline up. this is supposed to be up here. Like my audio is supposed to be up there. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? Let's go this way. And then we'll drop this down. And go like this. We don't need this full clip like this. So let's kind of watch it from start to finish here. Or, not start to finish. She's walking up to him. Turns around. Shows her. Goes in for the kiss. She smiles. Looks down, does a twirl. So, I think right here where I kind of zoom out and shake a little bit, I don't think... I mean, I like this framing a little bit more, but that little drop down and shake I don't care for. So, I like this little twirl. So let's just end right here. I'm not really crazy about how that ended. Let's break that off. Let's do this. We could end with this. Make sure we're not get into that. Okay, so I think get him stepping back, he's looking down, she's looking down, she does a spin. I don't care for this transition. What about if we did, because they're too close, that's the thing, like this right, the way this clip ends and that one, they're too like right there. I'm not too keen on that one. So where's the one that we're going backwards here? We could use something like this to close it out, or this one. Okay. Let's see here. So she does the spin. That doesn't work too bad with the way the audio lines up. I mean, I know we're still going to adjust, but that doesn't line up too. We'd have to change it just a little bit so you can kind of shorten this up a little bit. Where's the... So right here is where the reveal is. So we want to put it right there. So I guess it wouldn't be shortening it up. It would be extending it, which we probably we don't want that much of the tree. And we want maybe just a little bit sooner. Maybe just a hair. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we don't need all this tree. So like that much probably would be... Okay, so we need a clip to go in here. We don't need that anymore. Alright, so I like those changes. So we need... Let's see here. We've got her smiling, we've got him smiling, her doing the spin. We need something between here and here. This is kind of the... This will be the end shot of the first look. So we need something here and in between here and there. This is the end of that twirl that I didn't care for. I like that she was walking back towards him. Can we use that? Because that kind of bridges a little bit of the gap. We don't want to cover up the audio. Let's see here. It doesn't need to be long, just enough. That's not too bad. Although it's very similar. I think we got a little bit of foreground, we got some background. So this would have been, this is where like kind of the idea of knowing what you're trying, knowing shooting with the edit in mind, right? So had I known how this was going to play out, what I would have done after the first look was over, right? Because clearly, like, this shot is after the first look is over. Like, this is just me kind of capturing stuff. While I was capturing this, what I should have done was instructed the groom to stay where he was at in this shot right here, and have the bride step back again, put her hands back on her dress, and then shoot over the groom's shoulder and at the bride, having her walk back towards him. Because what that would effectively do is bridge that gap between, hey, here's me spinning away, and then here's me walking back towards you. Even though we got a little bit of that with her right there, right? But it's the issue is the cut, right? So the cut is here, we're perpendicular, or I guess this would be, on the same plane. When you cut something like this, you should go to like a different angle. So as she spins, and then cut to over shoulder, him in the foreground, and then her kind of walking closer to him, and then we can kind of cut back to this where they're right next to each other, and maybe even like kind of go as far as to in this shot, they've got their hands together. Maybe at the end of them, at the end of her walking close, she can kind of let go of her dress and kind of bring her arms up, and he can, you won't be able to see it, but like that same motion, so that you can kind of get a little bit more of a fluid action. This isn't bad at all. This is actually pretty good. We still need to essentially cut something down here, so that, because this is where this scene is going to begin. So like, we're going to have him walk out. We can probably cut, or we are going to cut this out. He kind of comes out. So we need to cut essentially some of this out. So we don't need, if we just cut like maybe a second or two out of all of these, because this clip is like 1, 2. So this is what, 25, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 3 to 4 seconds. Alright, so we need to, I don't really care, I guess. I like this shot because, I like this because it shows the cabin in the background. This just is kind of blah, it just looks like he's standing in the middle of nowhere. And this you can actually see where she walks out, so that's a good kind of leading. Maybe we just cut this clip all together. Because, I mean, isn't this the same clip that he spins around? Or, no, it's not. It's slightly different angle. And here he's got his knee bent, so it lines up more with that one. Yeah, let's move this out and see. Let's just kind of cut this one down. Alright, so here's kind of our sequence. Let's see what it looks like. The reveal. Got him walking out. I gotta color grade these a little bit better. Or color correct, not color grade, because you've got like a really green tint and then sunlight. Okay, so let's... Alright, so let's see here. We're gonna fade into this, I think. So we want... So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and try to time this to the beat of the song. Because right now you'll notice like, we didn't time any of the only thing that we timed was him turning around to this beat right here. This kind of change. I'm not sure what the actual terminology is for it. But, let's see here. Let's check one thing. Alright, I haven't dropped any frames. That's good. Yeah, so this is the only... That's the only thing we really have timed. So everything before and after we kind of gotta play with a little bit to reveal. So this will be fade to fade in. Okay, so right here is that. So if we pull him out there. So right here is where we need him. I might actually, because he was in like a standing position, so we might. Actually, that works pretty good. So we might actually be able to bring this back in here. We'll see. So we can't use that. Is this the front of that clip? Okay, so there's a little bit of that judder right there that I did. I think I was trying to walk backwards and focus at the same time, and I should have just focused. So the beat is right here. I wonder if we can stabilize that. I don't know if that'll actually work, because that's a pretty sudden shake. Let's see. That's not bad. That's not bad. You see that? It did pretty damn good job. Holy cow. So here's the after. Not too bad, right? Look on the edge. So you could really tell if you look on the edges. Let's zoom it way big here. Where are we at? If you look on the edges is usually where you can kind of see. You look for like the straight lines. So like I keep pointing at the screen. Sorry guys. So you look at like this line right here with the fence, and then maybe like these vertical lines with the AC unit, which kind of sucks that those are in this picture. I just realized that. Ugh. All right. Anyway. Yeah, there really isn't. Oh, right there. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see just a little bit of a hiccup. But if you go Control Z, did it unstabilize? No, it's not. Let's refresh. There we go. So now it's back to its original. We're cutting it there. So here's the original. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right? So that stabilize did a really good job. Redo. Did that redo the? No, it didn't stabilize. There's just a little bit of a stutter right there. It's right before the end. I like it. I think we'll keep it. I mean, it's not gonna be. It's fine. It works good. All right. So let's see here. We increase this clip a little bit. Let's get back down here because we don't need all that. We've increased this clip. Let's make sure that we're still good here. A little bit of a tilt there, but not too bad. Now see, for this, I would like to see just a little bit of a tilt because it kind of gives it a little bit of a. I'm not that good yet. I'm not there yet. So let's see. All right, so the music is changing here. Let's move this down here. Extend that out just a little bit. Okay, and then we can bump this. So this is where we got to be careful because. If you'll remember, this is where the music changes and we've got the kind of grand reveal. Okay, so her looking away. I don't know what she's looking at, but we're not going to use that, I don't think. I think this right here, we'll chop that down. And let's see. What does this look like? That's not bad. Okay, that lines up good. Where do we want this right here? Okay, so I like that we're seeing her hands go. See, that kind of screws with this. What if we do just a little bit? Like, we still want to get the motion of her hands going up, but we want to be closer to that beat. Yeah, that's not too bad. Maybe bring it back just a little bit more. So the other thing that you want to work on that I'm trying to do better at is not having every single thing on a beat, like every cut on a beat. So, the leading up to it, this kind of sets the tone, like, okay, a little one there and then one more. And then maybe we can kind of leave the rest to kind of flow, because this last part that we did actually kind of makes a little bit of sense with how things play out. And then this, yeah, I think that works out pretty good. I like that. That turned out pretty good. So that'll be the first look. And we're actually moving pretty far along here. So after the first look, the couple, since this is an elopement, the couple then kind of gets their boots on and things like that, and that's probably where we can bring this stuff in. And they hike down to where this waterfall is at this one park. And so essentially what we're looking at is this would be a good way to kind of tie in the first look, transition into them getting ready because they wanted some shots of them putting their hiking boots on and these backpacks and stuff. So I'm thinking this is the same thing here. It's just trying to figure out which shot I want to use. So let's clear out this stuff. I don't think we need any of this. Oh, I really like this shot. This is a tough one. What would you guys use? I mean, this right there as kind of the end shot, or I mean, we could use them both actually. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, this is a nice far away shot of them holding hands, and then we can kind of fade out. Maybe we just use both of them. Why not? I mean, we've got the rest of this little bit here to kind of fill out. Yeah, I think we'll use both. Why not? We'll just use both. Put it all in there. Put it all in there. So take that out. This is first look as well. We might as well look at this, just make sure this isn't any better. That's a little bit clearer. This seems a little overexposed. I think I dropped... Ooh, I kind of like this one better. Let's try that one instead. Let's go bloop. And we need to make sure we time this. So you can hit D to deactivate the clip temporarily here. Yeah, I kind of like that one, right? We get a little bit more of the tree here. Get a little bit better. Her dress is kind of blown out in that one. This one we get a little bit more detail. Not a lot. A little bit more. I think I might have changed the exposure on my, because you can see like a little bit more of the bark. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. So I just want to make sure that we get that reveal. I think we're just a little bit off because we don't want it to just all be the bride. There we go. So if we go bloop, boom, there we go. Does it carry on for too long? Okay, so it's a little shaky. Just a little shaky, not a lot. This one is definitely smoother. But I'm glad we rewatched this. You can see my step right there. So we take this, go into color, and let the computer stabilize it. You can see it zoom in just a little bit. And you can always tell, the funny thing is you can always tell how shaky a shot is by how far in it zooms. So it didn't zoom in that far there. You probably couldn't see it, but oh yeah, that's not too bad. There's a little bit of jitter there. It was not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Kind of walk away. Like it. Like it. Get wrecked. What's up, John? How are you doing, buddy? Let's see here. Now we gotta figure out which one I want to use. Let's just go through all these real quick here. And I'm going to mute this because I don't know what was said, so we don't want anything like that going on. Kind of like that one. What was that one? That one wasn't too bad. Get a little bit of wind in there. Got a little bit of depth. We got like some type of bee or something in there. Living the dream. Yep. Kind of like that one. That one, I don't care for that one because you don't got the shoes or the boots. That one's kind of blah. That one's straight on. don't necessarily think we need a moving shot because we ended on a moving shot like that. I think this is the one. Got some nice leading lines. I think we'll go with this one. Okay. We do not need the audio for this, so we can delete that out so we don't copy over something. Alright. These I think we're good to get rid of. Don't need those. What's this? Do we want to put the swing in there? I think we've got it the way we want it. I've got a swing. I've got a twirl later on in the video. I don't think we're going to use this. I'm not going to delete it. I'm just going to move it up into the hidden. So we've got all of these for hidden. Let's see here. All right. So we're transitioning. These are all shots of the back. We'll probably use some of these for the reception. So let's go ahead and move those up to the top there. And then, oh yeah, I can't forget about the doggy. When are we going to put the dog in?
Just look at him. Give him kisses.
I like his little, oh, big yawn. Big yawn. You can hear me in my dumb laugh. Let's turn that off. Oh, let's see here. Oh, it's such a pretty dog. Hi, buddy. I don't know when we're going to put the dog in. We've definitely got to get the dog in. This was right, I believe. I'm trying to remember. I think this was right before dinner. I'm not sure, but I think we're going to play it off like that. So I don't think we're going to use that just yet. We'll definitely get them in there, but we want to work on getting them down to the waterfall. And I think we'll put the dog in after that. So let's see here. Bring this in. So let's see here. Transition. Let's work on this. We're just going to work on this segment next. We're not going to worry about timing it to the music. Let's save our project before we do any major edits. Let's see. What kind of shots do we want to use? Definitely want to use these. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of separate out the ones we want to use. Waterfall is going to be Havoc on audio. However, I've already edited that part, and I'm pretty excited. I'm actually pretty impressed with how it turned out. So let me, real quick, just going to kind of, John says Waterfall is going to be Havoc on audio. So let me play, so let's see here. Let's see here. This is the original audio. So here, if you're wearing headphones, I'm going to give you a fair warning. Right here is probably where you want to turn it down a little bit. I'm not going to mess with the audio so I don't screw my audio up. But anyway, this is the audio right out of camera, standing right next to this waterfall where the whole ceremony took place. So let's play. This is the original audio.
Alright, so here's the first thing. There's nothing else that you can do.
I don't know if you guys can hear it very well or anything like that, but it's a pretty obnoxious. I mean, it's a waterfall. It's a waterfall. So let's mute the mute the camera microphone, and I've got a lapel mic right here on the officiant. So let's see here.
Alright, So here's the first thing. There is nothing else that you can do today. All the planning, all the stuff that you need to take care of, it's all done. So just take a deep breath.
So
Be in this moment.
it's not too bad. It's you can still hear the waterfall in the background, which I'm okay with because it was part of the day. But yeah, that was the whole time though this waterfall was going. I was like, "Oh, I hope this turns out." Cuz the thing is this microphone that he's wearing, it's it's not like a wireless lav where I can like monitor whether it's working or not, or not working or not. Monitor the levels. I can, do a couple tests or whatever, but like I can't like actively monitor it, which sucks. And that's why I bought some wireless ones so that I can have that option. But when I got back, that's the first thing I did. I dumped all the video and all the audio onto my computer, backed it up, and then immediately jumped right in. It was like, "What's that sound like?" And like I was like, "Oh, thank God it worked." Like, so I'm gonna go back through and do a couple more passes, see if I can liven their voices up just a little bit. But I think as of right now, it's a pretty good step forward. Okay, so let's see here. Like that. I like that one. I like that one. So let's bump these up. These are the likes. the like pile. Not real crazy about that shot. This is one of the shots that they wanted, so we'll definitely incorporate that. We'll work with one of these two. I'm sure we'll get one of these in, either this one or that one. I'm not sure which. This one I'm not too crazy about because the tire, but then again they're in a freaking parking lot. That one's not even in focus, and I'm moving, so we'll see. We'll see. I like the one of her putting the jacket on, or the backpack on. This is a cool shot of him kind of like hoisting his thing up. And I was like, oh wait, let me get my microphone off you. You don't need that microphone right now. Because, hiking with microphones. Definitely get that. Here's the officiant putting the flower on. We definitely need that. Did I already go through these? I might have already gone through these. Let's see. Close up. Get the fist bump. Actually, and I think I've got the fist bump actually in focus here. Oh, no, it's thumbs up. Oh wait, no, there was the explosion. That's right. That's right. That was That's right. Okay, so that's them walking down. Got some good shots here. I won't use all of these. I think I've already gone through these and kind of called through them all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. This is like the last major part that I have to edit. God, that waterfall is so blown out, but kind of splice in with this stuff right here. Let's go down with the water, Joe. Let's not go up. Yeah. I think we'll use... Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Appreciate that. We are not using going up with the waterfall. We are going down with the water. I think that looks more fluid. So we'll definitely be using that one. this shot
Chest
a
to
lot.
chest. Bride, put your far arm around his neck so that arm. Yep.
Just kind of.
It's the same thing. We'll kind of blind through that one. I don't think we actually went on that bridge. Did we go on that bridge? I can't remember. I don't know. That might be an establishing shot. We might be able to use that. Or we probably will use that. These are more establishing shots. Make sure I'm not cutting off any audio here. More establishing. Good. Let's see, I don't like this shot. Not a fan. Not a fan. Yeah, getting backpacks on, that's good, that's good. Like these ones. Them walking down is important together. That's awfully adorable. Okay, so these ones, we gotta figure out what we like. What do we like? We like them walking over. Actually, that's the bridge. That's the bridge from the first shot. So I think we'll use that one. This is kind of shaky, so don't believe we're gonna use that. This is leading them in down the hill, which is important. We'll have to straighten that one out. That's kind of shaky. Okay, good there. Good there. Those are all good to use. This is them. Do I want to use that shot? I mean, it's nice. I think I've got him helping her. That's good. So we could just kind of rough guess. Does this work? Let's see. Going from here, walking down, him helping her. And actually, I think I'm cutting some of this off. There we go. And then there we go. Yeah, I think that works. There's a little bit of gap there, which this part fills in, but I don't think this is a necessary shot. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. No. Okay, waterfall. Something is going weird with my color here. That's very blue. That's very red. Dang, I'm gonna have to figure that out later. Okay. All right. Holy cow, we've already been editing for an hour. And I've done practically that. This little sequence right here, this, 6:28 to 7:08. So not even a minute worth of video editing takes an hour. Well, plus this right here, calling through this. People wonder why editing videos takes so long. Wedding videos. Editing some certain videos that doesn't take that long. But when you're taking, when you're going through hundreds of gigabytes of data, which will increase this year because we're going to 4K versus 1080p. Okay, let's see here. This audio I don't believe is necessary, so let me think. Let me double check. I don't think it's necessary. This will just be kind of the intro music, getting ready. I don't think there's anything. Yeah. Yeah. If we need audio from the waterfalls, we've got plenty of it. So let's link and then unlink and delete. File, save. Okay. So the last sequence that we did was the first look. This is kind of going into preparations for the ceremony. So let's see here. let's get all this stuff back in line here. Okay, so I'm gonna take a think here. What do I want to do? Because we need to find a new song to kind of go into because we're kind of phasing this one out. So we need a kind of a more adventurous, upbeat song. Let's see here. Camera I'm shooting with for this wedding was a GH5. Let's see here. I gotta think about how we want to do this. Think about how we want to do this. So we gotta have music that will that'll transition us from the first look into the ceremony. We've got, as far as like unedited work, we've got 7:53 to 10:14. So what, about 3 minutes worth of video here. Obviously we won't be using it all. This is unedited. And there's a couple gaps in there too. So it's about 3 minutes of audio, right? About 2 minutes and some change. So that we could probably fit. I wonder if we can chop that down to a minute. We might be able to chop that down to a minute. We don't need too much of this. This part right here we can chop down. Okay, let's find a song. Let's find a song, shall we? Where did that go? Why is Google not opening a window? That is very weird. New window? Why is Google not opening new windows? Why in the world is this not opening new windows? That's the weirdest thing. Okay. Strange. Let's close that. There we go. YouTube chat went away. Let's pull that back up. Studio. That's weird. Why does it always do this? Let's pop this chat out. So the website that I use is called Soundstripe. Um, let's see. Let me log in real quick here, and I'll kind of show you guys. Music. So let's see here. Okay. So the website that I use for music is called Soundstripe. Um, it's a great platform because it has some really nice features as far as how to search for music. Um, and the other thing that's really cool about it is some some websites will um, they've got different tiers as far as their licensed music goes. With Soundstripe, you own the license to that song. You have to download a license for every time you use it, but like for like commercial work and like YouTube work, it's all the same. And that's one of the things that you really kind of have to look into is what type of license you're getting from that provider. And that's why I ultimately went with Soundstripe. It's less than $15 a month, and you get unlimited downloads. They're uploading music every month, which is great. They're always adding stuff to it. So I mean, they've got tons of new stuff here since the last time I've used them. Um, and you can use things for like YouTube. You can use things for just quick videos. A lot of the music you hear in my videos on YouTube it comes from here. All of my music comes from here. They have sound effects and video and stuff like that. I haven't quite got into that portion of it. It's a little bit more expensive than I'd care to pay for. But I think $50 a month gets you their music library and their video library, which is actually not too bad. Um, I haven't quite checked out their video portion of things, which is, you can go to a couple different places. But that's one thing you do need to look out for when you're looking to purchase license to to some type of music or a music subscription or whatever is what you're getting, how you're able to use the music. For example, nothing against it. Epidemic Sound, they do um, they do a similar setup, and it works very similar in the fact that you sign up for a subscription and you download the music that you want. Now, based on your subscription level, tells you what you can use it for. So, like, they've got like a $15 a month subscription level, but you only are allowed to use that for like YouTube and social media and stuff like. If you're using it for like commercial work, um, and I'm assuming that like weddings would fall into that category. You have to pay I think it's $35 a month or something like that for that level of license. Um, they've got a different set of songs and stuff like that, so it depends on what you're looking for, and you can always start and stop your subscription at any time. It's not it's no big deal. You still have your all the licenses that you've purchased and things like that, which is nice. So um, but one of the things that I enjoy about Soundstripe, but I know Epidemic Sound and Audio IO and all those, they have their own kind of filter system. But I feel like I really kind of connected with um, Soundstripe over the past 2 years. So highly recommend them. You can kind of select based on the mood, which is really cool. And the nice thing about this is, like, let's just say romantic, it pulls up all like the songs that have romantic. And the nice thing is, these are all uh, provided by the artist themselves. So what the feel that the artist was trying to portray in their music, they basically tag, and you can listen to maybe listen to it. Yeah, it's nice and quiet, but so anyway, without going through a ton of these, we're looking for something a little bit adventurous because they're going through, getting ready for their hike down to the waterfall. So we want something a little bit on the adventurous side, right? So what I would do is have my video playing on one screen, and I'll go through and just kind of play through a bunch of songs. Let's see here. And I think it's funny, like if you have romantic checked, they take out angry. So there are no songs that cross angry and romantic, which is funny. So let's see here. Let's take off mood, and they've got characteristic, so you can do any one of these. And it's funny, if you do, and it's all stackable, right? So we can do romantic as the mood, characteristic. We can just do like building, so it just kind of it just builds up to something. So you can kind of stack them. Now, obviously, the more of these filters that you add, the more you're limiting the number of songs you're going to hear. So, like, if we just do romantic and building, we're only getting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're only getting 9 songs to pick from. So it's kind of limiting what we're looking for here. And it shows you up here what you've got tagged. So we've got quite a few to pick from by just doing romantic. And it looks like it's loading more in as we scroll through. But I mean, all of these songs are just, yeah. So let's see here. We want something adventurous. Upbeat, dynamic, dreamy. Oh, shoot. I'm getting tired. Let's see here. What are we looking for? You can go by genre, which is pretty sweet. There's no romantic funk music? Come on, Soundstripe. What are you doing? If there's any musicians out there that want to fill a void, you'll get 100% exposure because right now there are no romantic funk musics. musics. You can tell I'm getting tired and slap happy. There are no current romantic funk songs on Soundstripe. So if you want to be the first, there's your ticket. Let's see here. I usually like to just kind of go through the characteristics and the mood. Beautiful. And you can. So the other thing too, this reminds me. So some of these songs you'll see they have the little microphone. This means that there's audio, vocals with the song. So if you don't want vocals, you can drop this down, and there's some that are just instrumental part of the song. They've got clips of part of it. Like the song's 3 minutes 53 seconds, but if you only need, like me, if you only need like a minute long, or maybe you only need 30 seconds, here's kind of the background vocals. Here's instrumental for 16 different portions of the song. Here's the full instrumental song right here. So if you don't want the vocals in there, but to be honest with you, I've downloaded this artist's music before, and her voice is just gorgeous. There's a few songs of hers that I've used before, and it's stunning. I don't think. Yeah. The other thing that you can do too is you can play these ones too. So like, let's say. So this is The Other Side by Amora. Amori. Yeah, a little bit too slow for my liking. For this video at least. I could see myself using this song with the vocals for sure. And I would just kind of go through and just start playing them. The other thing you can do too, if you want to save time, if you kind of have an idea of how fast of a song you're looking for, they've got beats per minute, so you can kind of edit that around a little bit. I don't tend to do that because I don't know enough about music to actually benefit from that, but that is out there. I understand what beats per minute is, but when I'm looking for a song, I really don't have an idea of what the beats per minute is. And something slow like this might kind of pick up a little bit, and I might be able to use like portion of that song. So no, don't need that. Okay. This one could be interesting.
Excitement, butterflies flying. You had me trying anything to make the moment last. It was slipping away too fast.
Now, I don't know if we'd actually use the vocals. Might be a little too mellow for me. So the other thing you can do here is you can click on energy, and I use this one more than I use the beats per minute. So let's click medium and see what we have. No. There we go. Okay. This is a little bit more upbeat. Got the guitar in there.
I won't leave your side for anything. What would be the point?
So here's the other thing that I want to incorporate next year is songs like this where you can have, it's romantic, it's hopeful, it's happy. Songs like this where you can just use the instrumental portion in like their highlight film, but then make like a shorter, like 3-minute 20-second like teaser trailer, like kind of like a almost like a music video really, and actually leave the audio in if it represents your couple, of course. But that's something I want to incorporate this coming year is finding music that correlates and having the same song inside both pieces of both films will help connect the two together. So it's something I want to work on next year. So, or I guess this year.
With you through and through.
So I don't think we're going to use any audio, or I'm sorry, any vocals. So let's find the instrumental here. We're looking, I guess we could do this. Okay. So this one might actually work. This is I like this one. The other thing we can do, since this is the full 3 minute and 20-second song, this intro is not going to be like not intro. This transition from the first look to the ceremony isn't going to be 3 minutes long. I want to try to keep it less than a minute. So we're not going to use all the footage, obviously. So if there's portions in here that make sense, the one thing that I like to do is really think about the end of the transition is where you kind of want what you're looking to end on. So our final clip is prior to going into the wedding, the actual ceremony section is going to be these two looking at the waterfall, kind of chit chatting with each other, and then I think we're either going I need to color match this a little bit better. We're either going to use this one with just the static picture of the falls, or we'll have this one kind of coming down, or we could do both, right? One in between the other. So waterfall coming down, kind of signifying like, hey, this is what they're looking at, right? Here's them, and then ending with the waterfall, right? So knowing what you're ending with visually and tying that in with how the song goes. So, the end of this song is going to be, so you kind of picture the coming down, them talking together, something like that. Is that going to fit with what we're doing? It works a little bit. The other thing you could do is right here. Down, them talking, and then this we can kind of fade. It's quiet enough that we can kind of fade that to 0. So this right here could be the end of our clip here. So we could use the majority of this to cover our transition right here, and then end our actual song right there. So I kind of like that one. I kind of like it. I like it a lot. So let's see here. Let's see. So that is ring bell. I like that one. Alright, so go back to our edit here. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to go away for just a second, guys. Or, I'm not going to go away, but I'm going to take care of something real quick. So I'm going to hide myself. And let's see here. so bounce back over here. I'm all signed in here. Let me pull my video back up. Okay, so music. And I apologize as far as the pricing goes. I just want to clarify something. It's like $12.50. It's like $12.50 if you pay for the full year in advance. It's $19 if you pay month to month. So just still a little on the pricey side, but definitely well worth it. You get to download the music and use it for what you need. So we were going to look at Ringing Bell. So let's see here. We're gonna license. You tell it the project title, which is, let's see here. Let me bring that off screen. So let's see. Tell it what type of video it is. This is a wedding video. We're going to generate license. Alright, so after you click on the generate license, this is what pops up. And you can tell which one you want. Here's the duration. Unfortunately, you can't listen to them here, so you really have to kind of pay attention to which one you're using. You can download the actual copyright information and then the proof of license, things like that if you want to. You don't have to do that right this second. It saves it under your account, and it tells you what project you've got it saved to. So if there's ever any type of issue or anything like that where you need to provide proof of the license, you can just go to your downloads, and then print off the proof or send a copy the proof. You get an option of downloading through MP3 or WAV. Oh, guys, I'm fading fast. We're going to do WAV, the full 320. So it downloads there. It's finished. So we're going to show in folder. And then the way I save it, the way I save it is I download it, and then inside of my file system here, I've got my weddings, and I've got a folder for each of my brides and grooms. And inside there, I will put a music folder. And that's where I will basically put any music that I have downloaded, have a license for, will be in that bride's folder. So I know this is the song I used for them. That's where I'll pull it to go into the actual document, into DaVinci Resolve. And then I'm also gonna save a copy I've got a purchased music folder. It's kind of like a generic one. And I don't pull music from this list. For two reasons. First, I don't have a license to use it in anything other than this one project, so using it from this list is not a benefit. But having it downloaded, I can go back and like, oh, you know what, I've got these songs downloaded from this artist. Let me see what I've downloaded so far. It's just another way that I have it separate. Because what will ultimately end up happening is when I finish a project, after about a month or two, once the bride and groom are happy with the end results, the final product, I'll take all the file folder itself, and I'll move it to basically an online cloud storage, and then I'll to my backup drive as well, and I'll pull it off of this main computer. So I still want to have access to those music files, just for just for one reason or another, just to catalog what I've used before. The other thing that this lets me do is when I download a file of a song a second time, I can see like, hey, this is the second time that I've used this song. Maybe there's another song that would be better suited for this couple. That way, I'm not using the same song over and over and over again, and it's not getting repetitive, so to speak. So I'd like to keep everybody's songs and music kind of to their person, to their videos, and make it special for them. That way, it's not like, oh well, I heard this song in another video that you sent us or whatever. So I drag that off and then I delete it out of my downloads folder. And I know you guys just didn't see any of that, but that's how I do my song selection or song saving and filing and all that stuff. So we go back to our open projects, our weddings, the actual folder your client we're working on, their music folder, and then in here, that's interesting. Okay, I'll have to fix that. So we're going to drag this over into here. And then there's that. Close that window. And drag and drop that in there. Alright, so we've got our music for our transition. We know we've got a little bit here that it's like what? 7:08 to 7:25. So we've got a good 19 seconds here. Obviously the last 5 seconds of it's nothing. But this will be a good kind of transition. We'll fade this to black. And then we'll probably kind of shallow this song out just a little bit, and then this music out, and then we'll bring this one back in. So I think that's where we're gonna end for tonight, guys. It's 11:52. I said we'd go till about midnight, 1 o'clock. This is a good stopping point. This is gonna be a lot of work going through. We've got about a dozen clips here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26. We've got 26 clips to go through. There's a little bit of duplication in here, and we got to trim them down a little bit. And like I said, the next step is to get this down into a 30-second window, 30 to 60-second window, while still telling the story that we want to tell, and basically this is the preparation for the ceremony, right? This is them getting ready to hike down to the ceremony, so we want to tell that story. We want all the right moments to be present, along with what the bride and groom requested. They've made some specific requests that they want in here, so we want to make sure that we honor that as well. But yeah, this is going to take a little bit of time. It's probably about an hour to 2 hours worth of work just in this little section, getting it timed up to the music. The other thing we got to figure out is we've got a 3-minute and 20-second song here. So we need to figure out, once we get this kind of edited down and kind of figure out where the timing is, what part of the song do we want to use, right? So we're not going to use the whole thing. Are we going to use like just this part and kind of tail off here, kind of like something like just like as a quick example. Right, and obviously we don't have to use that whole clip, and we don't even have to go back. This could be just like a fade to black kind of thing, and we can just go right into the ceremony. But anyway, this is something, are we going to use something like that? Or are we going to use the middle part of the song right here? Are we going to start with the beginning? It could go any number. Just like kind of right off the rip. Whoa, why is it? There we go. Right off the rip, I could definitely see us ending with something, something like this. Uh, Here, I'll kind of give you a brief example. So, like, oops, we can line this up. Right, so we could fade this out. Where'd my audio go? We can keyframe that, right? And keyframe that, and just zero it out. Right, and then just fade it to black, and see. Clearly, we got a little bit of editing work to do in here, but we've got enough song to kind of play with where we want to start and then where we want to stop. So, we've got some work to do. So let's go ahead and save our project, and we'll call it a night. Again, thanks for kind of watching this impromptu edit session. I'm hoping to do more of these. I really enjoy this, having you guys kind of pop in, say hello, kind of watch the editing process, putting it up on YouTube or whatever for you guys to watch later on. So if you guys watched on Facebook Live on our channel, Graphic Sauce Media, make sure you head over there, like the page, and vice versa. If you watched on Facebook, head over to our YouTube channel, Graphic Sauce Media. Just type that in the search. You'll find us there and get subscribed. We really do appreciate it. But we're going to be doing more content, getting more content up on the YouTube channel for sure. I know this is actually, I think, the first video of 2021, which is sad. Happy New Year, by the way. But we've got a lot of new content planned. I just gotta knock these last few 2020 brides out, and I said that wrong. Knock these last videos out for these 2020 brides, and get this work finished, and then we can kind of start working on video creation for the channel. I got a whole bunch of ideas that are just, I'm bursting at the seams. I really want to work on this stuff, but I got to get this work done first. So I really like doing this with you because it's a way for me to create content for the channel, but also get work done for my paying clients. So this is, I really enjoy doing this. So thanks again for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next video. See ya.